essentially we can conclude that women have now been negatively affected by education. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Guys, remember to do all the YouTube stuff. Leave a like, comment, sub, share my video. I'm trying to go to the 1,000 sub. Let's check out today's video.
Where more and more men are single because women do not want to date them is a world that's very dangerous for women, which is why I worry about retaliation in reaction to the rise of single men. Young women are way less interested in dating than young men are. And we have data to show that more women than men are single because they simply cannot find someone they are interested in dating. 38% of single American women say the main reason they're not dating is they can't find someone that meets their expectations, compared to only 23% of men say the same thing. College-educated women are the group most likely to say they are single because they can't find someone that meets their expectation, 45%. And I can hear the men in my comments now saying, see, it's women's fault. They have too high of expectation and that's why everyone is single and lonely. Let me remind you that women have always entered into marriages with the expectation that it is going to materially improve their lives. We needed husbands for financial security. We needed them for bank accounts, for credit cards, to have a house to live in. And now women are doing better than men. We are more educated. We are stable on our own. And women who are independent and self-sustaining do not need to get married. When you don't financially need a husband or a partner, you can say, I'm not going to get a partner until I find one that's emotionally supportive, emotionally intelligent, doesn't need me to be his therapist, and his mom doesn't need me to do all the childcare, all the housework. And men will tell you, they do in my comments every single day, that these expectations are just simply too much. I fear for escalating retaliation that this will cause interpersonally between men and women, and also in legislative and policy decisions, like the push to get rid of no-fault divorce, in the rolling back of reproductive rights, and with things like student debt and college affordability. They're not going to make college more affordable when more women going to college results in higher expectations of the men that want to date us.
All right, Christians, young Christian, pay attention to what she said. So she said that there's a rise in expectation in people who are at least college educated. So we have women who are college educated and upwards who are now the most affected in terms of not being able to find somebody that meets their expectation. And remember, I said in some of my previous videos that women are now, it is a fact that economically, educationally, women are doing better than men in this current time, based on like the push to get more women into uni, push to get more women doing, STEM and all that kind of stuff. Women are now doing better than men. Now, what that comes with education is a mindset. So now we have women who have mindsets that they don't need men anymore because they don't need you for a bank account. She said it herself, not me. They don't need you for houses. They don't need you for all the stuff that men used to provide back in the day, which I fully support, that a woman shouldn't need a man for that. However, essentially, we can conclude that women have now been negatively affected by education, essentially. However, my more analytic brain is basically saying there's absolutely nothing wrong with education. There's absolutely nothing wrong in employment of women. What happens is mindset. So a woman who doesn't have the right mindset, in fact, this applies to men and it's all over the Bible. A man who is foolish, give him power, he will still be foolish. Give him some money, he will still be foolish. Money, fame, education, notoriety, they only bring out the worst or amplify the worst that's in you. So if you don't have good character, these things show who you are. So it's no different for women at all. So if a woman has a bad character, having a job, becoming better than a man, right? We've seen it multiple times where, I'm not ignoring the opposite, but we've seen it multiple times where a husband and a wife, they're both doing well, then the husband loses his job, and then the woman starts looking down at the man, and before you know it, they're divorced because she doesn't respect him anymore because he doesn't have a job, right? And guys, again, I'm not ignoring the opposites, right? But my point is, this is what happens. These situations brings out what's really in us. So should we take away education? I don't think so. She would take away the employment of women or getting women, the original feminism who allowed women to do it. No, I don't think so. I think women, or the women who find themselves in this situation, need to look at their situation and think about it critically and see, why is it that my education, because I'm so educated, I now don't want to settle down with X, Y, and Z. And if it's because you really don't want to spend time with anybody, you really don't want marriage, fine, right? But if it's what you want, then you need to be critical on yourself as to why you're not able to choose or settle down with somebody. And if your education is the reason, then you need to bring yourself all the way down, because that could be pride. And a lot of women are prideful right now because it is nature, but it's also pride. Nature says that you marry or go with somebody who's better than you. That's nature, right? A woman's going to go with a more stronger man, a man with more money, a man with more, respect, and so on and so forth. However, because women have come to a point where they're now equal to men, and I say that loosely, and I'm referring more to education. A boy and a girl can go to education together and grow up together all the way to uni. They will be equally educated. Because now you're now equally educated, you're now equally able to get jobs. Women are doing better than men. Women really need to solve this problem because men have not changed. We're still the same men who were marrying women when women couldn't do X, Y, and Z, protecting them. Now women now have the same power. You now need to decide how you're going to use it. That's basically where we are now, because as the woman said in the video, you don't need men anymore. And I believe a lot of women in this day and age believe or think they do not need men anymore. And it's very sad. It really is sad, because when men were ruling the world, so to speak, I don't think men ever said they don't need women anymore. I don't think so. And the very thing that made you important, the child rearing, the femininity, the love, the emotionalness, the domestic stuff, right? The keeping of the home, the building of the home, the things that made you important have now slowly become lost, right? So while women are now saying they don't need men, some men too can say they don't need women because they don't need you to cook anymore. They don't need you to clean anymore. They don't need you to, the only thing you now have now is just still that God-given thing, which is being able to carry children. But in terms of domestic stuff, men can do it now. Instead of cooking, men have Uber Eats. And it's so sad. I heard people talking about this on the internet. I was like, it's so true. It really is so true. But while we say all of that, I can guarantee you this is not what people want. Like in general, when men, the red pill people go, well, we don't need you anymore because we have Uber Eats, or they don't really want that, right? What we really want is companionship. And I believe that's what women really want as well. So we need to come together, come to a point where we stop being silly, stop this mess, right? Stop looking down on men because you're educated, right? The education is not what's wrong here. It is you. You can find a average man who can give you the love, the security, the affection that you need, even though you make more money. It can happen. Do you agree with me? Were you surprised by what that woman was saying? I was, but it is things that I've heard before, which is that, it's the argument that a lot of women are making now to prove that they don't need men anymore. Do you agree with her or do you agree with me? Let me know in the comments below. Remember, I have a reaction channel. Please do go over there. I'll put it on the screen. Go over there, give me a like, give me a subscribe, and share those videos. If you enjoyed my reaction here as well, like, share, and comment on this video also. I'll see you on my next one.